around the bottleneck.
But the thing, all you taste is the salt, like the entire drink. Right?
Well, you're supposed to get a big gulp out of it. You got to.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get what you're saying. You know what my father? So when I was still drinking beer, you know what my father put me on? It's called a super Corona. You know what they
super Corona.
All right, so you know what they do is obviously that gap for the Corona, obviously the long bottleneck. So there's still like a pretty big chunk of like just space.
Room. Yeah.
Yeah. So you fill up that space with tequila.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you fill it up with tequila, and then you drink that. Super Corona. It's fantastic. It's fucking fantastic. Oh, we're live. Oh,
wow.
Oh, hey, good morning, boys and girls. Hey, look, I got my Bloody Maria going on. We're at the Wingnut. Look, the Bears bar. Love it. Getting ready for the Bear Down.
In Richardson, right?
In Richardson, off 75 in Plano. 75 in Campbell. Where the fuck are we? Yeah, there we are. I had to figure it out. I mean, we're in Plano. Or Richardson. I don't know where the fuck we're at. Hey, look, I've been drinking. Look, I'm already started.
Obviously.
We're going to have a good fucking time. Hey, look, we need a Bears win today. That's what we need. Hey,
well,
look. Tell me some stats about the Carolina Panthers.
According to you last week, we should be 1-3, but...
you goddamn right. Look, I was nervous. Hold on. Wait. All right, if we really want to talk about it, let's talk about this game on the Rams. If we really want to talk, that game was scary all the way through. There was no anywhere where we felt comfortable in this game. And so, yes, there's an absolute reason. Look, we went into the halftime 10-9. 10-9. That offense still looked bad. They are not figuring it out, and it's bugging me.
I respectfully disagree.
Okay, I mean, you talk to me. Back it up.
Caleb Williams, threw for 200 yards and no turnovers. I mean, that's all you could really ask for from a rookie quarterback on his fourth start. And look, I remember last week when you were all passionately concerned and wearing the Justin Fields jersey, and
I still have it. I still have it ready to go.
By the way, I kudos for not going that. Not going.
No, I didn't go that
today.
Look, I'm repping the rookie wideout today. Look, we're gonna do Roma Dunze. Look, I like him. I like the kid. Did you see what DJ said about him? There was a quote, so they were in practice, and he said he saw how Rome was playing and how fast he ran, and he was like, he couldn't tell if he was getting slow or if that motherfucker is just fast. Like that. I mean look, Rome.
He passes the eye test.
He absolutely does.
There's a reason why he was a Lockett top 10 pick. There's no doubt about it. Right?
Absolutely.
Look, when the Bears made that selection, at the end of the day, it really was about value. Right?
Yeah.
It was the best player on their board. Take the best player on your board, and if you have inconsistencies and issues, figure it out later.
You don't think they should have traded back and got an offensive lineman?
Of course I did. I told you at the time. Fashanu was the person I preferred. Who actually, by the way, I don't know how he's doing today. I haven't paid enough attention to this particular game.
Yeah.
By the way, London game,
early morning.
I mean, obviously the NFL wants that, right?
8:30 kickoff.
They like these 8:30 kickoffs, and
I'm not waking up early for it, but
but we're not on the West Coast.
That sucks for them. That is a horror. What time they gotta wake up? 6 in the morning for that shit?
Yeah.
Hey, hell no, I'm not doing it. They can kiss my ass. Like I'm not waking up. Look.
Hey, I mean, you can make an argument. Like I remember one particular Vegas trip. We were there Sunday. Just don't bother going to bed. Just go to the sports book at 6 o'clock, and you can start your day early.
It's not
a bad deal.
No, that probably would have to be the thing, because I'm not going to sleep. Like what are we doing here? Like that's. But I mean, look, I'm watching this game. So the Jets are playing. Aaron Rodgers looks terrible. Like I don't know if this is just old age or like if this team just sucks. But like he looks bad. Like and especially after like last week's game against Denver, bro, that offense is not humming.
He's on the wrong side of 35. The last full healthy season he had, it was mediocre at best. I mean, why did anybody in New York honestly believe he was going to be their savior? They are absolutely
they were buying a product that they saw. This was like it was one of those things. It was like we seen him do it.
And mind you, on the other side is their big-time draft bust, who's going to be on the podium for MVP this year, right? I mean, sooner or later you have to start asking. Teams have to ask questions. maybe it's not the QB. Maybe it's the rest of your freaking organization. Maybe because you can't develop a wide receiver. Maybe you can't develop a proper offensive line.
No, absolutely not.
I mean,
the Jets haven't been relevant since Rex Ryan.
One thing I was going to say to finish that earlier point, Fashanu was actually drafted by the Jets. Last week he had a 78 PFF grade. I don't know how he's doing today, but having a left tackle do that on your team, one who was actually a high school teammate of Caleb Williams, your next savior.
Well, look at
that. Like I said, he was the guy I really wanted. But look, Rome was higher on their draft board, and they went that route. That's how Baltimore does it. That's how Baltimore built their team. Right? They sit there and say, we're going to trust our draft board and figure out the rest at a later date.
But I mean, that's fine. But Ravens are definitely a better run organization from top down.
Absolutely.
We're sitting here and we're making these draft picks, but we're seeing the results of that. So yes, you get the flashy, shiny pick of Rome, but then now we're seeing Caleb run for his life. The same thing Justin did for the last 3 years. The same thing Mitch had to do for those years. Like, we do not protect our quarterbacks. Like, we don't. And I don't understand why that's not a priority. Do you realize we haven't had a top 10 offensive line since fucking, what was the center's name? Oh, my God. Roberto Garza was over there.
He wasn't a top 10 pick.
No. What? He wasn't a top 10 guard? Roberto Garza?
I'm not. You're saying top 10 pick.
No, I'm sorry. We had a top 10 offense. There was Roberto Garza. Who was the center?
Olin Cruz.
Olin Cruz, thank you. We had Olin Cruz, Roberto Garza. It was Ruben Brown. That whole line, and Jonathan Tate. That was the other one. That whole offensive line was top tier, top fucking tier. And since then, and wait, look what we did with that offensive line. We went to a fucking Super Bowl.
Well, one name I want you to kind of burn into your head now, because I think it's going to be a Bear next year. Trey Smith, right? He's a top 3 offensive guard in the NFL. Plays for Kansas City currently.
Okay.
They are not going to be able to put any kind of franchise tag on him with the way they've paid.
How much is that going to cost us?
He's not going to be cheap, right? But the reason I'm telling you right now, he's going to. I predict he's going to be a future Bear. He was Ryan Pohl's final draft selection when he was still with Kansas City.
Okay.
Right, so I'm like, so he already knows him. He probably already likes him. He's a Pro Bowl, a 2-time Pro Bowler, plays the position of need. I see they have plenty of cap space next year. I see absolutely no reason why he's not going to be a Bear. I'll throw that. You can mark that tape, producer. I'll throw that bet on right now.
So, are we?
The plan might have always been, let's see what we can do with these guys, and if they don't work out, we'll go spend big with Trey Smith next year.
Are we still in a point where we fully trust Ryan Poles? Like, I think there's now some things. There's evidence now to show that there's a lot of things to call into question. You gave up draft capital to go get a fucking offensive lineman that the Bills were just willing to give up. They did not care.
That's true.
They did not care, but yet you tried to get him 3 years ago, and you couldn't do it, and now you do it.
To be fair, he's actually injured now, so jury's still out on him.
But that's worse. Again, these pieces. So we talked about this off the air, but I do want to bring this up. When you actually analyze, again, there's a lot of things that you can say Ryan Poles did good, right? You could say he's built this defense. He's done a lot of things. But let's not forget, you traded away Khalil Mack. You traded away Roquan Smith, a core.
I respectfully disagree with you on the Roquan Smith one, but
you disagree on the Roquan? Okay, all right, we'll get into it. You traded away Roquan. You traded away James Daniels. Or I'm sorry, you let him walk in free agency.
There's a difference between trading away and letting walk.
You let him walk.
Yes.
You let David Montgomery walk.
Correct.
And because you said you did not want to pay these players. Okay, then you turn around and then you pay DeAndre Swift more than what David Montgomery was asking for.
Correct.
You pay a bum ass who's the right guard that doesn't want to play for us. Like, really, you overpay for him, and then you pay for now. T.J. Edwards is working out. I'll give you that, but Tremaine Edmonds is not. He is not living up to the standard that he was in Buffalo. You have the Chase Claypool debauchery, whatever the hell that was.
That was a disaster. There's no doubt about that.
And now the Keenan Allen is starting to not be fruitful.
Have you noticed that he is being thrown around in trade rumors?
Yes, already. It's been 4 fucking games, and we're already about to trade him. We just gave up a 4th-round pick for him, and now we're going to have to trade him already? Come on now. This is bad decision making.
What I will say is, if they could figure out a way to score a new offensive guard or center, maybe I won't hate it so much. But
I don't believe he can.
Well,
why is Keenan Allen again for the product that Keenan Allen has put on the plate for this season? What could you really get back for him? You're not going to get your 4th back.
I honestly don't know. That's a legitimate question. Ryan Poles has made some mistakes. He's made some good moves as well. When I hear stuff like this, I think about the old Chicago Cubs GM Theo Epstein.
Yeah.
The guy did the impossible. He brought a World Series to both Boston and Chicago, 2 franchises that hadn't happened for the better part of a century.
Yeah.
Both teams.
Yeah.
And but he didn't bat 1,000, right?
No.
Sometimes if you take enough swings of the bat, you're going to strike out a couple times, right? That's a poker axiom as well, right?
I mean,
If you keep shooting at pots, every once in a while you'll get caught on a bluff, or you'll call down a bad hand, right? The point is, being active and aggressive is preferable to being slow and conservative.
But again, I get that. But these are decisions that, how does everybody else around who sees this decision made, like, nope, that's bad. And then it ends up, like, we know it's bad from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, when they traded Roquan, everybody said, probably not a good idea.
Well,
and now he's one of the top defenders, still one of the top defenders in this league in Baltimore.
And again, I respectfully disagree from this perspective.
Please help me understand that one.
There is a big difference between letting someone walk, like they did with James Daniels, which I agree with you was a mistake, and getting a 2nd-round pick for somebody.
But you got a 2nd-round pick for a core member. He was young. He was only 24 at the time that we traded him.
And they replaced him with someone who is
both older. 2 older players.
No.
TJ Edwards is about to be 30.
That's Edwards, not Edmonds. Edmonds is the same age as Roquan.
But Edmonds still has a lot of miles on him. He's still been in the league a long time. He has a long time. But all I'm saying is, and the crazy thing is, yes, Tremaine Edmonds is young, but he's playing worse. He's playing worse than Roquan. I have a hard time if you literally have like a linebacker that had the caliber to be in Hall of Famer. We all said Roquan had the caliber to do this.
But aren't we splitting hairs? Haven't we established the last few weeks that the Bears defense is ready to go? Do you believe you're splitting hairs?
Okay, but it's still the decision making. It's to call into question the decision making. Yes, obviously it has worked out in some cases, but again, you're still having to call into question the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
And when you see that, then now it's like, all right, how did the offense get here? Because of decisions you've made by not investing in the offensive line.
Correct.
Trading for bum-ass wide receivers. Getting a running back that we finally saw glimpses last week. But before that, he was averaging 1.5 yards per carry.
I loved how I was telling our producer, oh, you know what? I don't. Roshan Johnson, I think, is going to end up being a starter before long, and this guy picks him up on his bench. Like, I need to cover my ass.
Shitty as hell. Shitty.
Wow. No, Roshan had the most carries he had all season last week, right? So. And
he's a power back. You got to get him in there.
Here's the thing. One, yes, it gives the defense another look, right? And 2, and this part's more important, it actually I really believe it lit a fire under Swift a little bit. It's like, hey, I don't care how much money you're paid. You can't throw out bum stats all year, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes a good old-fashioned sit down was probably required. So no, look. And I told you, last week's game was a big improvement, right? And Again, this is the fourth game from a rookie wide receiver with a suspect offensive line. I'm sorry, a rookie quarterback with a suspect offensive line. He's doing better than
suspect?
expected.
Suspect.
And let's not forget, even the most
Shitty OC.
even the most optimistic Chicago Bears fans before the season started predicted a 2-2 start. So we're on track. So there's no reason to hit the panic button. I'll tell you one thing that's been bothering me a lot lately. All this talk that James Daniels was the superior prospect and the Bears screwed up. Did you see what Ken Sharp said?
No, I didn't see that.
About it said, Washington picked the better football player. Bears picked the better diva. All right, you could pick apart a couple of Caleb's decision making, especially on long 20-yard pass throws where his accuracy has gone down. But did you know this? Right now, Caleb Williams, from 20 yards in, has the second highest QBR rating in the NFL.
Look,
so the ground is there. And the thing with James Daniels, okay, yes, he's had an amazing start to his career. Right? Washington's 3-1. In fact, that game in 2 weeks where we're going to be playing Washington, to me, it's going to be must-see TV. Okay? But here's my take. Right? And a couple of scouts, I've heard a couple of scouts anonymous take on this. The offense that Washington's implemented, very basic, college-type scheme. Sooner or later, it's going to get figured out by a good defense.
of course.
Right?
Of course.
What do you do then? Right? That's going to be an important part of his development process. Caleb Williams, he's already, they've implemented a full-blown pro-caliber offense. And again, 2-2 is a good start to the season for the Bears. They go 3-2, they're right on track.
I mean, and that's fine. But I think, and here's the thing, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon of Jaden versus Caleb. What I am saying is I think this is a problem with Shane Waldron versus Cliff Kingsbury. This is not like that's the issue. I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a good career, and I think Caleb Williams can have a good career. What I think the problem was, Shane Waldron obviously is in over his fucking head. The fact that the players had to sit you down and show you how you were fucking up, and then all of a sudden, you figured it out. Now you're competent. The players had to call you out. But I do want to look. I want to give a shout out. I'm just looking around, and actually, if you just take a look where we're at. So we're at the Wing Nut here today. So obviously, it's a little bit different than where we're at from Love and War, but we're at the Wing Nut. And if you just look out, you see a sea of Bears jerseys. Yeah. Look, this is Bears headquarters in Dallas. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This is one of the best places to watch a Bears game. Look, if you haven't been here, if you're a Bears fan, if you haven't been here, you need to be here. Yeah. After every win, we sing the Bears fight song. It's everybody gets loud. Everybody, look, they do raffles on every game. They give out memorabilia. This is a great fucking place to be. And the food is good. The wings are great. The wings are great. I love being here. I'm telling you, I'm here every fucking Sunday. I plan to be here every goddamn Sunday because look, it's just so funny. It's fun to be around fellow Bears fans because definitely being around fucking Cowboys fans all goddamn time with this delusional shit of we're gonna win this fucking Super Bowl. Shut up. I'm sick of it. It's nice to be over here.
Can I say something about the Cowboys real quick? All right.
They're going to lose to the Steelers today?
Oh, I actually do believe that.
Justin Fields. Let's go.
I actually do believe that. But one thing I'm going to say.
That's my quarterback. What T.O. says, that's my quarterback.
I think in this day and age, when we sit there and we expect immediate results, when we sit there and we have no concept of what you have versus what others have. The Dallas Cowboys have gone through the playoffs, 10 of the last 12 years?
Did you see the Colin Cowherd take on that one? Wait a minute, hold on. I don't know if I sent you this video. It was hilarious. He was talking about the Cowboys, and he was talking about the last 30 years, since their Super Bowl, right? Because he was like, all right, cool. Cowboys' success is banked off their regular season shit, right? So he started putting it up against the so-called shitty teams in the last 30 years. Well, one of the teams was the Bears. But if you look at the last 30 years with them and us, we've been to 2 NFC title games. They've been to none. And then so he started going down the list of like all these different things. Thank you, sweetheart. They've done all these different things. And I just find it hilarious that it's like, bro, you guys are truly banking on just how good you look in the regular season with the ultimate disappointment at the end.
Look, they made a business decision this offseason. Having Dak Prescott as your QB is going to get you a lot of regular season wins.
Yeah.
And it's going to get you blown up in the playoffs. He's proven it. I mean, he's done it before.
But you have to pay him. You had to pay him.
Look,
if Trevor Lawrence gets a deal, then Dak gets a deal.
One person, just because one team makes a huge mistake, doesn't mean you should follow suit on one as well.
All right, Jared Goff got a deal. Dak should get a deal.
Jared Goff was in the NFC Championship game, and they're probably going to the Super Bowl this year.
Hold on, wait. Do you think this is Jared Goff, or do you think this is the supporting cast? Detroit Lions have one of the best offensive lines in the league right now.
Yes.
They have one of the best wide receivers in the league right now. They have one of the best running back duos in the league right now.
And by the way, do you know who's the new betting favorite for Devontae Adams to go to?
I saw that. Yes, Detroit. Yes. And if they get Detroit, fuck it. Like I look.
You know what?
If the Bears are in it, I'm just happy to be here. What the fuck?
Even though I'm a Bears fan, if Detroit honestly does something,
I'm cashing in the season. Fuck this. I'm done.
I'll be sitting there.
Done.
Good for you guys.
Done.
Here's why. Come on. What fan base has suffered more than Detroit over the last 20 years? None. Right? And for them to sit there and say, that's it. The chips are in the middle now. Right? Good. I will sit there and say, good for you guys.
Look at New York trying to make a comeback. Good for them. Good for them. Oh, look at that. It looks like a wonderful drink. Hey.
Well, I will say.
Do you think we should go after Devontae?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. None. Don't spend any capital on him.
No. Well,
you sure?
Okay, for starters.
I feel like.
Well, for starters.
Keenan Allen's not working out. I don't know. Maybe do a swap. You could take him.
There was.
the fuck?
There is a strong rumor. The Bears are on the top 5 most. Again, these are betting lines, right? So the Bears are on that top 5 list, mostly because Keenan Allen is an easy contract to swap out, right? You know, there are salary cap concerns here that you have to address. You sit there, you can't just. It's not that easy to acquire a player. These are hard salary caps, right? You don't have a salary cap room, you can't acquire that particular player.
Yeah.
This is why I don't think Baltimore is going to work out, even though that'd be his perfect spot, right? Baltimore doesn't have the salary cap room. Or a contract that can easily swap
Who's tied
out
up in that contract? Lamar and Roquan? Who else is tied up in that contract?
Gosh, their entire defensive line is being paid. They have some. They don't have any of these big San Francisco $30 million contracts, but they have a few.
Okay.
And they're only a few $1 million under the salary cap. So they're granted they're in great shape to make a big playoff push, but getting Adams in that locale is going to be a little difficult.
I'm so conflicted on this game. It's so weird.
Even with the Jets, it's going to be a little bit of a trick because they don't have the salary cap space to just straight acquire him as well. They'd have to.
He wants to go to the Jets. He wants to go to New York.
Well, look. Everyone should be happy, right? Now, if he wanted to be happy, he should have taken a few $1 million less and stayed in Green Bay. But water on the bridge.
Maybe.
Time to move on.
So,
but no, look. At the end of the day, I think the Bears are exactly where they wanted to be. And if you ask me, Keenan Allen, if I would have no problem having Keenan Allen thrown in a trade if it nets the Bears an improvement on the offensive line. Why not?
I mean, if they do that, but
Bears,
again,
every year Poles has been in the office have made a significant acquisition at the trade deadline. They have. Right? So why do we think that it's not possible now, especially with the Bears having a nice $10 million cushion in their available cap space?
I'm hoping that they make a big splash like that and try to improve this team. I just I'm just sitting here like, what are we doing? We're trying all this like makeshift to fix this offensive line, and it's not working. But again,
one good acquisition would make all the difference on an offensive line.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, like I said, I think everybody's here to blame at this point, right? Ryan Poles is to blame because he hasn't built this offensive line properly. Shane Waldron is to blame because he is a terrible play caller, or he has been a terrible play caller. He might change it around. Look, if the players have to yell at you to fix it, okay, and you actually fix it, fine, whatever.
Who cares what the reason is?
Yes. No, if you fix it, fine. I said, but it is still pretty disheartening that the players had to sit your ass down and say, you're not coaching us hard enough. Right. Let's just be honest. If you have to get that feedback from your players, that's a problem. But fine, if you fix it, cool. And then I'm not going to absolve anything from Matt Eberflus. This was your problem. Because in the beginning of the season, what did they say? They asked him a question in one of his press conferences. How do you hold coaches accountable? And he said, coaching the coaches. Coaching them up. That's literally his words. Yeah. And then when you see this, it's like, all right, so you're coaching the coaches, but you have your OC who was not having their players up to par. So where the hell is your accountability?
Look, one of the things I told you is, and it was really obvious the first two games of this season, the Bears did not look prepared. Now, you can blame the coaches for that. Personally, I blame the lack of preparation in preseason for a big portion of it.
Yeah.
That stuff's starting to even out, right? Now, like I said, I'm being an eternal optimist here. But they swamp Carolina 28-7. The narrative has completely changed from 2 weeks ago, hasn't it?
But they should. We should beat the fuck out of Carolina right now. Like this should not. Like if this game is close, that's a disappointment.
We were both organizations qualified for top 10 picks last year.
I understand, but again, so we have the better defense.
It's not like we're worlds better than them.
But no, we should be. On paper, we are the better team by far. But look, who's their best receiver? An old ass Adam Thielen? Who's their running back?
Deontay Johnson is
look,
number one.
What I'm saying, there is nothing that Carolina you should fear, especially now that their best defensive players are hurt.
Yeah,
that we should stomp the fuck out of Carolina.
It should be. It's true.
And if it's not,
like I said, I'll be the optimist.
That's fine. Let's talk to me about what's your picture fantasy? I need to know. Because I still need help. I need to make some last minute changes.
Oh my gosh!
Help me out. Look, I'm listening to you. I'm getting on fantasy right now. Look. Go ahead. I need the expert to tell me how the fuck do I beat.
What's funny is it was actually a good week for running back pickups this week, right?
Okay.
My particular favorite, Tracy from the Giants. If he's still available in the league, look him up. He'll have the running back room all to himself in New York. I believe it or not, in our league, I actually picked him up and traded him to someone desperate for a run.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Look, when you're 4-0, you get to make long-term moves.
Fuck you. Whatever. Me. I'm very. Shut up, fucker. Anyway, this motherfucker here. Hey, look, I'm just trying to get back above 500. What the fuck's going on here?
Look, there's two ways to look at it. Both you guys are 2-2. I would rather be 2-2 with the second highest point total in the league than 2-2 with the second lowest point total in the league.
Damn, he called out the producer. Fuck him. Look, I'm not mad at. Look, here's the thing. All I'm doing is trying to coast until Christian McCaffrey is healthy again. Once Christian McCaffrey's back, fuck y'all. I'm dominating.
Hey, I told you.
I'm just trying to coast.
Most teams with Christian McCaffrey right now, if they're 2-2, they're happy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to coast because here's the thing. You know who my two running backs are? Alvin fucking Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. Both those motherfuckers healthy. I'm good. I'm fine.
Disagree with you.
And so we just look. I need a coast. I need to coast here.
You need to get to that.
That's it. When is he eligible back? Week 6, right? He's eligible. When is he eligible to play?
Eligibility and when he's going to play are two different things. Right?
Okay.
November is the time frame that I've.
All right, we got another month here, boys. Let's go. Hey, look, we're gonna coast.
So your goal is 2-2 in the next 4 weeks.
Absolutely. Hey, look, and I think I can make it. Look, coast. Because then, once that fucker's back, boom. Watch out, motherfuckers. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Meanwhile, I have on my team the guy Dallas should have on theirs.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
King Henry. You announce his name properly. King Henry. That is King Henry.
King Henry is currently at a salary of $6 million.
Jesus Christ.
Okay?
Why couldn't we pay that?
I mean...
No, fuck DeAndre Swift. Why couldn't we get King Henry? Holy shit.
I sit there, I think about Dallas. He said he wanted to come here. And Dallas said, we're good. Right? Now, I don't know what Dallas was thinking. They've completely obliterated the running back room.
What did Jerry Jones say? He was like, I'm all in, and then we signed an old-ass, fat-ass Zeke Elliott.
You want to hear a stat that should scare every single Dallas Cowboy fan right now?
Let me hear it.
Tony Pollard.
Oh, my God.
The guy they got rid of.
I saw this stat. Hold on. Go ahead. Tell them.
Has more rushing yards
than their entire team.
Right?
They didn't want to pay Tony.
Sad.
They didn't want to pay Tony. God, they're terrible.
Right?
Fucking Dallas be fucking up.
Well, again, screw Tony. Why didn't they pay King Henry? They could have had him.
They could have. Look, wait, hold on. You could have had Josh Jacobs. You could have had King Henry. You could have had the bastard that the Packers released. What was that running back, too? That went to Minnesota. Aaron Jones, who's dominating in fucking Minnesota. You could have had Saquon. You could have had all these people.
Running back three right now, Aaron Jones. Right. Running back one, Saquon. Running back two, King Henry. They could have had any one of them.
They could have paid any one of them. But then they're like, you know what, just kidding. Let's bring back Zeke. What? Anyways.
Some of the condemnation Dallas is receiving is absolutely fair. And by the way, something that's been making the rounds this week, I still think it's a little premature, but we shouldn't say it's crazy yet. Washington winning that division. Right now they're in first place.
I don't think that's crazy. All
right now they're in first place. Right now they have the easiest schedule by a mile. Right? Yeah. They if Dallas goes to Washington in 2 weeks and Washington blows them up like Washington did last week to Arizona, it's a completely different conversation, isn't it?
All right. Before we wrap up, I need your prediction for today's game. Bears, Carolina. What's the final score?
21-6.
21-6.
Yeah.
Look. We've here's a stat that I know. I know some stats. In the last fucking 6 games, we have held teams below 20 points.
Correct.
Look, I think it's going to be 10-28. 10-28 Bears. Let's go. Bears win. Let's fucking go.
Look,
yay! We got it, boys. I love it.
Dude, you were this close to jumping off a ledge.
I was about to last week. Anyways, look.
Man, he was emotional. I was like, dude, let it go.
We got to give a shout out to our hosts.
Oh, thank you guys.
Come on in. Hey, introduce yourself, bro. Donkey Dan, go ahead. Go.
All right, I'm Nick Ricciardi. I am Rich's nephew. When Rich is not here, I take over the Facebook group and the bar here, and I'm excited about this week. I'm excited about the season. It looks good so far, and we made 2-2. Can't complain about that. And we are. I'm excited. I'm excited about today, and hopefully we get another W.
What's your prediction? What are you putting down? Go ahead. We putting on scores. What?
You know, with the way the offense looked last week and the way the defense is against a Carolina team that's struggling, I think the Bears win single-handedly. I think the Bears win 27-14.
Look, there it is. I like it. Hey, look, bear down.
And they cover.
Look, guys, look, if you're a Bears fan, please come down. 75 and Campbell. Look, the Wing Nut is the best place to watch Bears games. Oh, my God. The staff here is great. Everybody is awesome here. We all have a good time. And it's just, again, if you're a Bears fan, you come in, you see a sea of Bears jerseys. Love it. It's fantastic. And look, drinks. Have you ever had a Bloody Maria? Look, it's a Bloody Mary, but you replace the vodka with tequila. It's fantastic. I'm getting drunk today here, boys. Look, bear fucking down. We're going to get a fucking win here today.
He's our Mr. Emotional guy. I got to wait till noon before I start drinking guy, but that's okay.
I don't believe in time. I don't know what the fuck that is. Look, we got D. White in the building.
Oh, my
Shots
God.
down.
But anyway.
Hold on, wait, real quick. D. White, I need a fucking prediction from you. Come on. Get your ass in here. Hold on, wait. Hey, another shot town later. Look, D. White in the building. I need a prediction. I need a prediction tonight. Carolina Bears, what a prediction?
Bears gonna win 85-0.
85-0.
I love it.
Dub
Hey,
Bears.
look, Dub Bears. Let's fucking go. Hey.
Who would win, God or Didnot? I think God would just edge him out on a field goal.
Dub Bears. Look, hey, come on down to the wing nut. Let's get drunk. Bear down. Bears win. Let's go.